Here. St. Kitts and Nevis' Ministry of National Security has discredited allegations of passports seized in Dutch St. Martin. According to a report from vicnews.com, 105 new St. Kitts and Nevis passports were seized by the immigration authorities in Dutch St. Martin. The VON Newsline understands that it is alleged that 105 passports were sent to the Dominican Republic to persons who had never been to the Federation before. However, the Ministry of National Security issued a statement addressing the matter, stating, and I quote, "The ministry wishes to make it politically clear that the stories are false, unfounded, and malicious. Furthermore, persons responsible for creating and spreading such stories are clearly hostile to the best interests of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis." End quote. Security chiefs in St. Kitts contacted the security officials in St. Martin when these allegations surfaced, and the authorities denied any knowledge of such happenings or any untoward development relating to our passports, according to the statement. The Ministry of National Security further stated that the authorities in St. Martin have not advised the government of St. Kitts and Nevis of any incident surrounding passengers holding St. Kitts and Nevis passports or passports found. Following a recent spate of poaching incidents here on Nevis in the last few weeks, an attempted turtle poaching incident occurred last night, Thursday, October 10th, here on Nevis. Deputy Director of Marine Resources here on Nevis is Mr. Lemuel Pemberton.
We had an incident, one of a chain of incidents that have happened over the past month and a half, and this is another instance of us nearly losing one nesting turtle. Volunteers walking the beach in the Case Bay area near to the Mariners Pub found the turtle trussed up, all tied up and ready to be taken away. So this was an attempted poaching incident. The volunteers saw a vehicle parked not so far away in the area of the Mariners Pub, former Mariners Pub, or Island Life, I will live it. At that point in time, not aware that the turtle was being poached, so did not get near enough to the vehicle to take the number.
He also encouraged the public to report such matters to the police.
We are urging persons to cease and desist from this type of activity, and anybody seeing any vehicle parked close to the nesting beaches at night, we are asking them to make sure that they take the number of the vehicle, license plate number, and that they report that to the nearest police station, or they could call the Nevis Turtle Group hotline at 665-1814, or they could also try 669-4771.
Deputy Director of Marine Resources here on Nevis is Mr. Lemuel Pemberton. The perpetrator or perpetrators found guilty of poaching will be charged and ordered to pay a $5,000 fine, which is in accordance with the fisheries regulation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party SKNLP is condemning a video circulating on social media, labeling it as false. The video states that the U.S. Justice Department moves to seize assets worth $1 billion, which is being claimed has been stolen from a fund set up and overseen by Prime Minister of Dominica, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, and former Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Honorable Denzil Douglas, is purported as one of his co-conspirators. A release on the party's Facebook page states that the video has been doctored using altered footage from the BBC and the United States Department of Justice, and added that the insinuations made in the video are categorically false and should be disregarded. The statement went on to note that this is a serious and blatant act of defamation intended to injure the reputation of not just the leader of the opposition, but also the Prime Minister of Dominica. The perpetrators of this malicious act will be dealt with to the fullest extent of the law. The party is urging individuals to desist from circulating the video and to report the resources from which they may have seen or received it. The SKNLP expressed that the video circulation is part of a systematic strategy by desperate individuals in high places who are attempting to win the next general elections at all costs. For the 5th year in a row, we are having economic growth. That's according to Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris. PM Harris made the disclosure at the 2019 National Consultation on the Economy, which was held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on Tuesday, October 8th. He also informed industry leaders and representatives of civic society that St. Kitts and Nevis's economy is projected to record robust growth of 3.7% for 2019. He was quoted as saying, "The economic growth for 2019, I am advised, will be driven by construction services, the distributive trade, tourism, transportation and communication, financial services, and the government action. He stated that the transport, storage, and communication services sector contributes about 15% to our GDP, and that sector will grow by 5.3% in 2019. Moreover, Dr. Harris stated that the continued prudent fiscal management of the country's resources has resulted in the Team Unity administration achieving surpluses on the recurrent, overall, and primary accounts. According to Prime Minister Harris, the fifth year in a row, St. Kitts and Nevis is in a surplus. Financial Secretary Hilary Hazel said that our surpluses on the overall and primary balances account are 40% and 35% higher than they were this time last year thus far. Because of how the government has been managing the country's finance for the fourth year in a row, a double salary will be paid to all government employees, the finance minister noted. For the past 38 years, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis has had a great diplomatic relation with the Republic of China, Taiwan. Following a visit to Taiwan in the late 1980s by the then Prime Minister Kennedy Simmons. On Wednesday, 9th October, top government officials, diplomats, individuals from the public and private sector, amongst others, here in St. Kitts and Nevis, joined the diplomatic staff from the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, in celebration of the country's 108th National Day at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Speaking to the gathering, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris, congratulated Taiwan on achieving the 108th National Day and wished the country much success. He further commented on the relation between the Federation and Taiwan, saying, and I quote, "We have remained faithful because the underpinning of the relationship was well thought through from day one," end quote. Taiwan's resident ambassador to St. Kitts and Nevis, His Excellency Tom Lee, commended Sir Kennedy for his vision and wished for a continued prosperous relationship between the two nations, and thanked all for joining with Taiwan in celebrating the occasion. The 10th of October, or Double 10, is a holiday in Taiwan commemorating the start of the 1911 Wuchang Uprising in China, which marked the end of the Qing dynasty, leading to the founding of the Republic of China on January 1st, 1912. In police news, a man is being sought by lawmen in St. Kitts and Nevis for a series of break-ins. According to a wanted person bulletin from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, anyone who sees or knows the whereabouts of 29-year-old Michael Davis, alias Mickey, of Molyneux, is urged to contact the Bastia Police Station at 465-2241, the nearest police station, or call the crime hotline at 707. Davis is asked to present himself to the nearest police station. He is light brown in complexion, has black hair, brown eyes, 5 feet 9 inches tall, and is slim built. A few months ago, he turned himself in to the police on Thursday, July 11th, after being sought by lawmen for questioning on suspicion of murder, which was committed on June 17, 2019 in Boyo, St. Kitts. Nevis's Premier and Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Mark Brantley, has urged all taxi operators to take advantage of the opportunities in touring and taxi sector. On Tuesday, October 8th, the Nevis Taxi and Tour Bus Operators Amendment Bill 2019 was passed in the Nevis Island Assembly. The amendments to the legislation underscore the importance of maintaining high standards for the taxi sector on the island. While in Parliament, Premier Brantley provided this information.
We have certified about 200 taxi operators, but only 90 are functioning. We have a ship that is paying an inaugural call, and I'm told it's over 1,200 passengers are going to be on that ship. In the past, the largest ship we've had is a ship called Azamara, and Azamara would bring, let's say, about 700 passengers. And when Azamara came in the past, we had to press all the higher buses that run the usual routes. We had to bring them and ask the bus operators to ignore their usual routes to assist with the crush of people that were coming off the cruise ship. So I am anxiously awaiting when the 1,200 arrive to see how we're going to do that. I say that to say that while we at the Ministry, at the Nevis Tourism Authority, continue to make best efforts the stakeholders must prepare themselves.
He said that there are opportunities available in the taxi sector.
So we're encouraging them and those out there who listen, because a lot of people, constantly call me up. They call up the other ministers and members of cabinet, say, I'm looking a job. What government have? And sometimes the truth is that government doesn't have anything, because government simply cannot hire everybody. And so when the opportunity arises, where we're seeing a need, we're urging our people to step up to the plate and satisfy that need.
The Health Promotion Unit here on Nevis continues to show solidarity and cooperation in the fight against cancer. October is observed here on the island and worldwide annually as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The main goal of raising awareness of breast cancer is early detection saves lives. Coordinator of the Health Promotion Unit here on Nevis is Nadine Carty-Kames.
For the Health Promotion Unit, what we do is encourage persons to do the self-breast exam, to know their breasts, to do those exams as often as possible, to be aware of any changes in the breast. For this month, what we do is to support and encourage and show the other organizations that are around that have established programs to promote those activities, because we are happy that other organizations other than health is pushing awareness and prevention of breast cancer. So we let them take the lead for this month mostly.
The coordinator noted that aside from supporting various organizations, the unit has put in place a number of initiatives to assist in the fight against this deadly disease.
Anyone can walk into any of the health centers on the island and ask for a breast examination and any other information related to breast exams and breast cancer. In addition to that, officers from the Health Promotion Unit will go around to various business places during the month, and they will be providing leaflets that have information regarding breast cancer prevention, breast self-examination, and the different techniques. And of course, persons can always check on our Facebook page, which is the Health Promotion Unit Nevis, and they can see postings about breast cancer in general. And the whole idea is to detect breast cancer early. It's one of those diseases, if you detect it early, it can save life. Continuously monitoring our breasts as women, we need to encourage each other to monitor our breasts, look at our breasts, and follow the techniques provided by the health professionals.
Coordinator of the Health Promotion Unit on Nevis, Nadine Carty-Kames. That's the national news segment. You can visit our website at www.vonradio.com or check us out on Facebook at VON Radio or our YouTube channel for these and other stories. News from across the region is next.
Life can be more fulfilling when we take the time out to smell the roses. And that's why your friends and family at the Bank of Nevis are experts at picking the flowers that best describe you. Whether you're planning to treat yourself after a long work week or finally getting around to that closet update, you deserve all the special things that life has to offer. And the Bond Visa card is here to help you achieve it. With just a swipe, you can turn a last-minute lunch date with friends and family into something worth remembering, with memories that will last a lifetime. Pampering yourself just got a whole lot easier. And after all, you deserve every refreshing moment of it. The ability to make your travel arrangements at your own convenience, whether by sea or by air, now rests within the palm of your hand. With a single swipe, the Bond Visa card can put a world of difference between life and truly living, whereas the only limit you may have is your own imagination. Apply today. The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life.
Welcome back. Another regional news in detail out of St. Croix. The body of a St. Croix woman who had been reported missing by her family last week was found Tuesday, partially buried in a shallow grave. Police have arrested her live-in boyfriend, 51-year-old Davis Rinaldo Vasquez. The victim was identified by family as 56-year-old Robin Heitzman. It was the 18th homicide of St. Croix for the year, the 29th in the territory. According to a VI Police Department report issued Wednesday, Heitzman's family reported her missing and told police that they had not seen her since about 6 p.m. on Friday, 4th October. They said she had last been seen with her boyfriend Vasquez, according to the police report. Heitzman had called the police at about 6:50 p.m. on October 4th and reported that her boyfriend had struck her with a machete. Police checked the area but found nothing. Out of St. Martin. Caretaker Prime Minister Leona Romeo Marling and Caretaker Justice Minister Cornelius D. Weaver stepped down from their positions on Thursday, 15 days after a motion of no confidence was passed against the two to demit office with immediate effect. The resignation letters from two were accepted by Council of Ministers. The resignations reduced the number of caretaker ministers of the Council from 6 to 4. Romeo Marling said her move was to depoliticize important matters that are pending decision at Parliament. In a letter addressed to Governor Eugene Holliday, new Chairman of Parliament William Marling had indicated that the new coalition no longer considered Romeo Marling answerable to Parliament. Romeo Marling said in a statement to the media that she had stayed on as caretaker Prime Minister after the motion of no confidence because she had already tendered her resignation on September 23rd and had stayed on while Holliday had the resignation on the advice. The governor requested the Council of Ministers to stay on as caretaker government, she said. Meanwhile, more news out of St. Martin. The Council of Ministers on Thursday appointed Caretaker Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports, ECYS, Wycliffe Smith, as Prime Minister and Minister of General Affairs. The decision was made following the resignation of Caretaker Prime Minister Leona Romeo Marling and Justice Minister Cornelius De Weaver on Thursday. The resignation letters from the two were accepted by the Council of Ministers, and it reduces the number of caretaker ministers in the Council from 6 to 4. Smith, Minister of Finance, Perry Gillens, Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunications, TEA, Stuart Johnson, and Minister of Housing, Spatial Planning, the Environment and Infrastructure, VROMI, Christopher Weaver, are the four remaining caretaker ministers. During his absence as Prime Minister and the Minister of General Affairs, Smith will be replaced by Minister of Finance Perry Gillens. Minister of Finance Perry Gillens is now responsible for the Ministry of Justice. If the Minister of Finance is absent, Minister Smith will be his replacement. Additionally, the Ministry for Health, Social Development and Labour will fall under the responsibility of Weaver. In the absence of the VROMI Minister, Johnson will be his replacement. The four remaining ministers who form the Council of Ministers will manage the day-to-day affairs of the government of St. Martin until an interim government is sworn in. That's it for the regional stories. Stay with us for news from around the world. Welcome back, and now the international news in detail. Casualties are increasing as Turkey presses on with its cross-border offense on Kurdish-held areas of northern Syria. At least 11 civilians have died and dozens of fighters from the Kurdish-led SDF and pro-Turkish factions have been killed, reports say. The first death of a Turkish soldier was confirmed by Turkey's military. The BBC's Martin Patience reports.
Throughout the morning, the Turkish military continued to shell Kurdish-controlled towns along the border. Tens of thousands of civilians have so far fled the violence. One woman told the BBC there was chaos when the bombardment started. Kurdish fighters have been firing back, killing several Turkish civilians since the start of the operation. But despite the growing international pressure, President Erdogan, for now anyway, appears to be in no mood to compromise.
President Donald Trump has threatened to destroy Turkey's economy if the country goes off limits following his surprise decision to pull U.S. forces out of northeastern Syria. In a series of angry tweets, Mr. Trump defended his move, which could open the way for Turkey to launch an attack on Kurdish fighters across the border. The withdrawal was heavily criticized even by President Trump's Republican allies. Kurdish forces were key U.S. allies in defeating Islamic State IS in Syria, but Turkey regards the Turkish militias, which dominate the U.S. allied Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, as terrorists. The 2019 Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who made peace last year with bitter foe Eritrea. He was awarded the prize for his efforts to achieve peace and international cooperation. Mr. Abiy's peace deal with Eritrea ended a 20-year military stalemate following their 1998 to 2000 border war. The BBC's Will Ross reports.
The Ethiopian Prime Minister said he was humbled and thrilled by the news and said it was a prize for all of Africa. Abiy Ahmed suggested it could inspire other leaders on the continent to work for peace. The Nobel Committee praised him for reaching out to Ethiopia's longtime foe Eritrea and for carrying out decisive reforms. These include giving amnesty to political prisoners, allowing opposition groups to operate and freeing the muzzled media. But as Mr. Abiy ensured the state loosened its vice-like grip on Ethiopia, other problems including outbreaks of ethnic violence have emerged. The Prime Minister's critics say he hasn't done enough to address that problem and his toughest leadership test is still ahead.
And finally, an explosion has caused a fire on an Iranian tanker near the coast of Saudi Arabia, Iranian media say. The vessel from Iran's national oil company NIOC was 60 miles from Saudi port of Jeddah. The ship's two main storage tanks are said to have been damaged, causing an oil spill in the Red Sea, but no one was reportedly injured. The BBC's Alan Johnston reports.
The Iranian Foreign Ministry has said whoever was behind this attack will, in its words, bear the consequences of this dangerous adventure. But I should stress we're hearing only from the Iranians on this. There's been no independent confirmation of this reported attack.
That brings us to the end of our news segments. The latest in sports is next.
Let TDC Financial Services help you go for your goals. Whether you're thinking of taking that grand vacation, down payment on a house, higher education, TDC Financial Services has various plans that will allow you to go for your goals. Choose from the Accumulator Plus, Investment Starter Plan, and Fixed Deposit. Ready to go for your goals? Visit us at TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Welcome back. Another sports in detail. In CPL T20 cricket, Ashley Nurse and Raymond Weaver start with both bat and ball as Barbados Tridents knocked out defending champions Trinbago Knight Riders to set up a 2019 Hero Caribbean Premier League CPL final against the all-conquering Guyana Amazon Warriors on Saturday, October 12th. Nurse's intervention was crucial in both innings, first when blasting an unbeaten 24 from 9 balls to propel a stuttering Trident's innings up to 160 for 6 and then taking 2 key wickets to help strangle the Knight Riders' run chase. With the Knight Riders ultimately coming up 12 runs short, the final 2 overs when the Tridents batted were the difference between going to Saturday's final and going home. Scores: Tridents 160 for 6 in 20 overs, Trinbago Knight Riders 148 in 19.3 overs. In cricket, Captain Virat Kohli scored an Indian record 7th Test double 100 as his side dominated Day 2 of the second Test against South Africa. The hosts resumed on 273 for 3 and Kohli took his score from 63 to 254 not out as his side hit 601 for 5 before declaring. The only India wickets to fall in the second day in Pune were Ajinkya Rahane 58 and Ravindra Jadeja 91. Kohli's innings was his highest in the longer format of the game and saw him past his 6 double centuries registered by Sachin Tendulkar and Virendra Sehwag. He is joined 4th on the all-time list alongside England's Wally Hammond and Sri Lanka's Mahela Jawaradene. Summarized scored: India 601 for 5 all declared, Kohli 254 not out, Agarwal 108 Jadija 91, South Africa 36 for 3, Yadav 2 for 16. India lead by 565 runs. In basketball, the Washington Mystics beat Connecticut Sun in a winner-takes-all game 5 to clinch their first Women's National Basketball Association finals title. The Mystics, who held the league's best record, defeated Connecticut 89-78 to take the series 3-2 in front of a home crowd on Thursday. The Mystics were unbeaten by Seattle Storm in last year's finals. Belgians Emma Messiman scored 22 points off the bench and was named series MVP, while Del Dunn, who suffered a herniated disc during the series, added 21. Messiman, who missed last year's finals, was dubbed the missing piece by her teammates. She said she just did what she had to help my team win a championship. The title is the first WNBA championship for Mystics coach Mike Thibault, a former NBA assistant who switched leagues 16 years ago to coach Connecticut, where he remained for 10 years. That's it for sports. The general weather forecast is next. Welcome back. Another local weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. Weather tonight will be mostly fair with a 20% or slight chance of showers. Weather tomorrow will be partly sunny to cloudy with a 50% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight, winds will be mostly light and variable or calm. Tomorrow, southeast at 7 to 19 kilometers or 4 to 10 knots. Seas are 0.6 to 1.2 meters or 2 to 4 feet. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:03 a.m. And that's a wrap up the Media News package for today, Friday, 11th October 2019. Before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Nationally, Ministry of National Security debunks claims of 105 new SKN passports seized in St. Martin. And attempted poaching recorded here on Nevis, following spate of poaching incidents in the last month and a half. Regionally, body of missing St. Croix woman found, boyfriend arrested. Internationally, dozens killed as Turkey assault continues in Syria. And in sports, Barbados Tridents defeat Trinbago Knight Riders to set up finals with Guyana Amazon Warriors. On behalf of the rest of the news team, I am Tashwan Tyson, wishing you a safe and an enjoyable weekend.